moved over here to go into the world of publishing, but for the first 6 months you were actually waitressing and working in pubs and basically worked in hospitality.
Yep, bar work. My first address was not far from here on Westbourne Grove
Oh
in
yeah,
Notting Hill.
yeah.
At a pub called the Duke of Norfolk.
Yeah,
where I worked during the day, and I got £100 a week, and stayed and lived at the pub.
No way, like above the pub, you had they gave you a room.
While I applied for magazine jobs. A friend of mine worked there and said, oh, they're doing an intake. And I did this day of training. And they said, we'll call the people we want back tomorrow. And they didn't call me, but I had no money. So I phoned them and said, oh, I've just wanted to know what happened with, the callbacks for after the training day. And what they said to me on the phone was, everybody we wanted to see, we've asked to come back tomorrow. So I just went. And I knew that, I hadn't been picked. But I went and no one said anything. And and at the end of the day, one of the managers said to me, so who did you speak to? Because we didn't actually call you back. And I said, oh, that's so weird, because I phoned and they said, just turn up tomorrow. And he went, oh, well, you're here now. And that's how I got that job.
But I
was so desperate
for money, that's amazing, but that also doesn't surprise me, because what does strike me about you throughout your career is your resilience and tenacity.
Well,
too.
I'm a big believer in manifesting.
Yep.
And
what is that for you? Because
figuring out what you need, really, really identifying what it is that you want or you need. And then if you're attuned to that, then your eyes are open to the opportunities around it.
Were you always good at that, or was that something which you just have picked up throughout, all these high-pressured roles?
I think that it's something that I've always been good at focusing, and it's not magic. I think some people sort of treat it like a genie power or something.
Well, social media, some accounts do that.
It's not that. It's more that if you can really focus on what it is you want, then you start to think, okay, well, how would I get there? Who would I need to speak to? What would be the opportunity?
What are the steps?
Yeah. And so, it's even things like when I was living and working in Sydney, just imagining being a magazine editor in London. So then you've when you figure that out, then you know what jobs you're looking for, what questions to ask, and how to find out who are the right people to meet. And if you just keep plugging away at that every day, things will start to come together.